Hey there, introverts and deep thinkers. Welcome to Introverts Unmuted, the podcast where we prove that quiet doesn't mean invisible and deep thoughts deserve a mic. If you've ever felt drained by small talk, mastered the art of sneaking out of the room, or wished the world understood the magic of solitude, this is your space. We're diving into everything from navigating social energy to embracing creativity, confidence, and the unique power of being an introvert. So get comfy, plug in, and let's turn up the volume on our quiet confidence. I'm Amber Hansel, and this is Introverts Unmuted. Today's episode is something that's been sitting on my heart for a while, and maybe if you're anything like me, it's been sitting on yours too. I want to speak to something that so many of us, especially those of us who are quiet, sensitive, intentional, we wrestle with this as we grow our business, share our gifts, and try to make ourselves seen without losing ourselves in the process. It's that tension between visibility and authenticity, between marketing and integrity, between being found and not wanting to perform. Because here's what I know. From personal experience, from working with clients, from the deep conversations I've had with others building their lives and businesses in this quieter way. I want to connect with people who are already looking for what I offer. I don't want to chase them, and I don't want to convince them, and I don't want to pressure or persuade or pull someone into something that doesn't resonate deep in their bones. And I don't think I have to. In fact, I believe more and more that when I show up in clarity instead of noise, and when I speak from truth instead of tactics, the people who are meant to find me do, because they're already seeking me. And the beauty of that connection when it happens is that it doesn't come from forcing or faking. It comes from resonance, from alignment, from something real. When I first started putting my work into the world many years ago, I thought I had to be someone I wasn't in order to be taken seriously. I thought I needed to be more bold, more professional, more extroverted, more visible in the way the online space defines visibility: loud, fast, high energy, always on. And every time I tried to show up like that, like someone I wasn't, I felt drained and exhausted. I was performing a version of myself instead of being at home in who I am. And that performance didn't just exhaust me, burnt me out. It actually repelled the very people I wanted to connect with because they couldn't see the real me through the mask that I thought I had to wear. So what I've come to understand through that is that clarity is magnetic. It's not volume. It's not hustle. Not that constant content or catchy hooks or show up on TikTok or keep showing up on video. It's just clarity. Showing up grounded. This is what I do. This is who I help. This is how I can help you and hold space for you. And when that message is rooted in truth, not performance, people feel it, even online, in your story slides, in that tiny, quiet spaces where our real selves slip through. So what I want, and what I know many of you want and my clients want, is to build trust, not tension, to open doors. We're not trapping people in with us. Because there's a softness in the way that I sell now. Not because I'm afraid of being direct. I can still be very direct. I'm actually just really clear and confident in what I offer, because I don't believe that trust is built through continuously pressuring someone. I believe that it's built through presence, through consistency. And consistency is a whole nother ball game. It is about the consistency of what that means to you. Not what anyone else thinks. It's not every day. It's what your energy allows. So, through knowing yourself deeply enough to stand in your message without shouting it from the rooftops, whispering it clearly, and letting it land in the hearts of the people who are truly ready to hear it. I want to grow my business through real connection, not consistent performance. I want it to feel good in my body when I show up. I want to finish a launch or a post or a sales call and still have energy left over to be a person, a wife, a mother, a friend, a sister, a daughter, a human. Because if I'm burnt out from the process of continually showing up, what kind of space am I holding for others if I can't hold it for myself? This is why I don't force myself to be louder than I am. I don't pretend to be bold when really I'm calm. I don't fake extroversion when I really offer is depth, a kind of quiet that just lets people breathe. And I now know, after years of unlearning, and I'm still unlearning, that the people I'm meant to serve don't need me to be louder. They need me to be real, to be me. If you're still listening, I know you feel this truth in your own body too. Maybe you've been trying to force energy you don't have. You've been pretending to be more marketable version of you. Maybe you've been wondering if you're doing something wrong because your way is slower, softer, and quieter. So let me tell you something I wish someone had told me. Your energy matters. If you're drained, it shows up. People can continually feel when you're pushing, and they can feel when your nervous system is dysregulated. And they can feel when you're grounded and centered and coming from a place of deep self-trust. That's when they lean in. That's when they listen, and that's when they say yes. Consent matters. People want to say yes to what feels safe, not what feels pushy or rushed or a countdown timer looming in the background. That pressure brings up anxiety and a dysregulated nervous system for many people. So you want a kind of yes that comes from spaciousness, from sovereignty, from real choice. And when someone feels like they chose you, not because you convinced them, but because they felt it, that's where the magic happens. And the last one is presence converts better than pressure. So when you're really there, not just going through the motions, but anchored in your own body, your own values, your own energy, people notice, people feel it. They may not be able to articulate why they trust you, but they will, because presence builds safety. Safety creates the conditions for transformation. So if you've been wondering whether your quiet voice is strong enough, whether your gentle way is effective enough, your steady presence can really grow a business, please hear me now. It can, it will, it already has. You don't have to be louder or bolder, or you don't have to perform. You just need to be clear, present, and rooted. Let people meet you in your energy, not the one the online world told you to mimic. Because your clients, the ones you're meant for, they're already looking for someone just like you. And they're tired of the noise too. So thank you for being here with me today. And thank you for listening with your whole self. And if this episode spoke to something in you, I hope you let it sit, let it breathe, maybe journal with it, bring it to your next client session, your next post, your next quiet moment of planning. And if you know someone who's building something from their quiet truth, share this with them. Let them know they're not alone. And find me on Instagram. Let's start a conversation about how I can support you in your quiet truth, in your quiet journey of showing up in your full embodied self. So until next time, keep trusting your energy, keep honoring your pace, and keep showing up as a whole grounded, gentle, confident powerhouse that you are.